What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Miami Heat, and we're going to be talking about how their role players makes them overwhelming, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, looking at the Miami Heat, they're 29-16 on the season, and they're basically tied with the Chicago Bulls at first place in the Eastern Conference, and this is a team that's been playing some really great basketball all season long, and what makes that really impressive is that they've been doing it without their two best players. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo have missed a combined 35 plus games, and that's a lot of basketball without your two best players. So how did the Miami Heat weather this storm? They weathered the storm by getting great play from their role players, and I think this Miami Heat organization as a whole do a great job of taking underappreciated talent or underappreciated players and developing them and making them into some pretty solid basketball players. So in this video, man, we're gonna be looking at how the Miami Heat. We're going to be looking at all their great role players and talking about, how the Miami Heat got them and what makes them so good. And the first guy I feel like we got to talk about is Tyler Herro. Now, a lot of you guys probably see Tyler Herro as a star because, the way he looks, the way he plays is very appealing, and then also he's averaging 20 plus points per game. So he does look like a star, but, I got him on the list of role players because he has, a very important role on this team, and that's being the sixth man. He comes off the bench and provides a huge spark for this Miami Heat team. But, we just got to give props to Tyler Herro. He was drafted by the Heat, 2020 season, and he was a really big part of their championship run. He finished the regular season averaging 13.5 points per game, but in the playoffs is when we started to see him this kid has a lot of potential. So Tyler Herro, like I said, really helped him get to the playoffs, had some really crazy games. And then we get to his sophomore season. It wasn't the best, it wasn't what a lot of people was expecting. And some people started to call his freshman year a fluke. So this past offseason, Tyler Herro, he got in the gym, he gained 10 pounds worth of muscle, and he really improved every facet of his game. Ball handling, shot creating for himself. Like, he can really, get his shot up on just about anybody. Anybody guarding him one-on-one, he can get he can get any shot he wants on almost anybody in the NBA. So that's he's really improved on that. And then also, creating for others. I feel like that's something that he's really taken a huge step in, this season. And, more recently, we've seen him run, the point guard, off the bench for the Miami Heat. We've seen him be that primary facilitator as well as that primary scorer. So, I feel like that's something he's been getting better at. But like I said, this season has been really huge for him. He's taken a giant leap, averaging 20.7 points this season. And I think he has that Sixth Man of the Year award, locked up in his in his back pocket. It belongs to him. But Tyler Herro has been deep in his bag all season, and he's been a huge part of how the Miami Heat has been able to win these ball games without their two best players. So we got to give props to him. And I think Kyle Lowry has also helped him a lot. Whenever they play together, he's playing with a pass first point guard and all the pit players in their spots, and we've seen him benefiting from that. He's having a really solid season. So I had to talk about Tyler Herro first. And then this next guy, the Miami Heat signed him this previous offseason, PJ Tucker. And PJ Tucker is like the best role player you can have in the league because he gives you literally a little bit of everything. And then, he brings a winning mentality to your team because these past, 5-6 years, he's only been in, winning situations. So PJ Tucker, we all know what he adds to the team. He's that guy. He's the guy you love to have on your team at the rec center, but you hate to play against him because he's just gritty, hard hat player, diving for loose balls. The way he plays defense, he can guard. He's so versatile. He can guard 1 through 5. And it don't matter if you score 50 points if you get 50 points on him, you get 2 points, you get 10 points. He gonna make you work for every single bucket. So that's why, he really fits into the Miami Heat culture as well. And he was a really solid pickup. And then offensively, very smart player, just put himself in the right spots at the right time. And then he's also shooting, he also shoots one of the highest three-point clips in the league. He's shooting 47% from three. So, PJ Tucker, huge pickup, huge addition, and he's really been helping these Miami Heat team win games this season. So, very solid pickup. And then we got Max Strus. Max Strus was a guy that suffered gruesome injury in his career. Miami Heat picked him up to a two-way contract, and he's taking full advantage of his opportunity. And I feel like this season has been really big from him. He shows that, he's shown that he belongs in this league. And I think the biggest thing that Max Strus has done so far this season is, he's picked up the slack of, Duncan Robinson having an off year as far as shooting the three ball. Max Strus has really stepped up and been a player that they can lean on for 3-point shots. This season, he's averaging 11 points per game with 4 rebounds, and he's shooting 40% from three. So I think that's what Max Strus. That's what I think he's, what's really been big for him this season, and how he's made his statement for this team this year. He's just been picking up the slack of, wherever his other teammates have left off, and he's doing a really good job of it. And he's a tough player as well. He fits into that Heat culture. He plays hard. This whole team really just play hard every night. But Max Strus, really great player, and he's a very intricate part, to this Miami Heat team. And I can't talk about Max Strus without talking about Gabe Vincent, because they sort of have the similar, upbringings. Two guys, that really got it out the mud. Gabe Vincent, another player that the Miami Heat brought on a two-way contract, and that's why I say, they do a great job of just taking, underappreciated talent and developing these guys to be, solid NBA basketball players. But, really, same thing, man. Hard, scrappy player on the defensive side of the ball, and he's really gotten better. He's really getting better defensively, every game. But, he's just a guy who's, he stays ready. Whenever Kyle Lowry, there was some time where Kyle Lowry was out missing some games, and, Gabe Vincent got the call to, play point guard, and he did a really good job of it. And I think he's really improved as far as, shooting off the dribble. He's really gotten better in that area. And, like I said, defensively, he's getting better every night. So, gotta like what you see from those two guys. And I just feel like they have a connection with each other, because, they have very similar routes to the position that they're in right now. So, we got Max, we talked about Max Strus, PJ Tucker, Gabe Vincent, and Tyler Herro. And, I feel like we gotta talk about Caleb Martin as well, because he's, like I said, he's another player that was underappreciated, let go by the Charlotte Hornets to free up cap space for Kelly Oubre, and then the Miami Heat signed him to a two-way contract as well. And with Jimmy Butler going down, he was given an opportunity to come play for the Miami Heat, and he's another guy that's taking full advantage of it. Caleb Martin this season, I would say he's one of the better, two-way players in this league as far as role players go. He's averaging 9 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He's shooting 50% from the field and 36% from three, and that's really solid. But what I've seen from him this season is the versatility, that he showed on the defensive side of the ball. He's able to guard multiple positions. Like this season, we've seen him give Trae Young and Stephen Curry troubles on the offensive side of the ball. And then we've seen him guard bigger players this year, and he's done a really good job of it. And then offensively, just being in the right spot at the right time, cutting to the rim hard. He's a pretty athletic player. He's a great cutter, great finisher at the basket, and then he's not too bad of a 3-point shooter, shooting 36% from three. And that's actually pretty damn good. So Caleb Martin, another solid pickup for the Miami Heat. And like I said, man, these guys might not get that many minutes with the team fully healthy, but like I said, they have players that's going to be ready when somebody gets hurt. God forbids, but they have great players that's going to be ready when their name is called. So that's Caleb Martin. Now, last but not least, man, Omer Yurtseven, probably the biggest surprise of the NBA this year, or not? Well, one of the biggest surprises of the NBA this season. He's another undrafted rookie, and he's taking full advantage of the opportunity he had with Bam Adebayo going down. There was a point in the season where he got 14 straight doubles, and we all know that he's a great around the basket, catching lobs, finishing under the rim. But I think what makes him so good is his pick and roll coverage. Really good, and then his ability to rebound the basketball. Like, he's one of the better rebounders in the league already. This is his first year in the NBA. So what the Miami Heat does how they find these guys and how they develop them is truly amazing, and they've done a great job at it this season. Like I just named six. I think I named 5 different role players that they have that are pretty solid players, and most of them were undrafted or most of them are on two-way contracts, and they're starting to become formidable players in the NBA. So that's that's gonna be it for this video, man. The Miami Heat role players make them so tough to beat. Especially when you got Kyle Lowry and Jimmy Butler and Bam at the top of the pyramid. It's just gonna be a tough out. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment down below your favorite Miami Heat role player, man. Mine is probably Omer Steven. I really love what I've seen from him this season. Comment down and let me know, and then subscribe for more weekly content, man. We do this all the time, and we cover all NBA topics, man. It's a great it's a great space over here, man. So subscribe to keep up with all the content, and that's curtains.